I'm Kate Freeman. I'm a consultant in speech and language in education, and I'm going to be talking to you today about managing screen time with your child. So COVID-19 has brought a change to all of our routines, and lockdown has had an even greater impact. And one of the difficulties with not being able to see people in real life, face to face, is that we've had to turn to using virtual methods to communicate with each other. And thank goodness for FaceTime, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, all of those. They have made our lives so much easier, but as with everything else, there is a balance. So there's time to sit in front of the screen and time to be more active. Time to learn and time to play. Time to be virtual and time to be real. So the downsides of screen times, according to the research, are that they interrupt sleep patterns, making it less easy to fall asleep and keeping our brains more active while they're meant to be sleeping. They also mean that we spend more time sitting and less time being active, and that obviously impacts on our physical health. Finally, they can present a world which isn't real, so it can be difficult for some children to work out what real life is actually like compared with life on screen. So how can you manage your child's screen time? Or more importantly, how can you help them to manage their screen time? So with the combination of homeschooling and work that many people have to do and have to manage, it's really important to have times to do something different, both before and after time in front of the screen. So doing Joe Wicks style exercises, dancing in the kitchen, or getting outside for a race up the road are all useful. They can all help us be physically active and also help prepare our brains for learning. You could also plan in breaks that are a bit more creative, so drawing, Play-Doh, cutting and sticking, obviously depending on the age of your child and the interest of your child. Another way of managing the quick move off the screen to something that's a bit different is to have a jar of ideas that your child can pick out. Things that have been prepared at a quieter time of the day, maybe once your children are in bed, or even better, things that don't need any preparation at all. Things like a chance to play with their favourite toy. So when children are having time to themselves, try alternatives to watching the TV. Give them challenges like making the tallest tower out of toy bricks or kitchen roll tubes, or building a racetrack out of scrap paper, or an obstacle course, or designing a hat from an old envelope. Get them used to time without the television being on and time to do other things. It's easier to encourage this if your television is turned off when it's not being actively watched. But if the TV does get turned on, or tablets or phones are available, try not to feel too guilty about it. We all need some downtime. Just try and set a timer so that children know when it's due to be turned off, and then stick to the time that you've set. Children easily pick up on the habits of adults, so try and take time away from the screen yourself. Have a rule about giving priority to the people in the room, and enjoy snuggling up with your child on the sofa, talking about what it might be like to fly, or looking at a book, or using toys to have a pretend conversation with each other. You could even choose an hour or so each day when the internet or your phone's roaming is turned off. Let people know that they can't contact you at that time and that it's time that you're going to be spending with people in your house and focusing on your children. You never know, you might even enjoy it.